Hello, Internet, and welcome to SonyCentric. It's a new year to talk about all PlayStation all the time. We are the Outerhaven's official PlayStation podcast. I'm your host, Jason Kwasnicki, and I'm joined on my virtual left by the faithful
Sullivan.
And to my right, the lovely
Delaila Lugo.
We are certainly on point today, folks.
Yeah, it's 2017. New year, new podcast.
Exactly.
But
Unfortunately,
it's actually not. It's episode 51, so it's not new at all.
Yeah, we're not like discontinued. It's not like a reboot. This isn't like Spider-Man, with the guy who's not Tobey Maguire.
The third reboot or second? No, third. Yeah.
Yeah, second. It was the second. It's the third Spider-Man.
Oh, wasn't there like a Spider-Man back in like the 90s? A movie?
Yeah, but we don't talk about that one.
Oh, we don't talk about that. All right. Fine.
We're really on point today, folks. Unfortunately, there isn't much news to talk about, so we're gonna make news. Okay.
We're gonna ramble. We're gonna make news. Wait, we're gonna make it up.
Right.
Oh snap! The PlayStation 5 just got announced.
You can throw ethics and journalism right out the window.
It's a juicy scoop.
But before we get to that, Mark,
What's up?
We got some games for free this month. What are they?
Yeah, so PlayStation Plus games are out now as of the time you're listening to this. You can go on the PlayStation Store, you can download your games for free. This lineup is something. Let's talk about it.
If you're into tentacles.
If you're into tentacles and days and remasters. Okay, so the first one, the first highlight of the lineup for this month of January is Day of the Tentacle Remastered. That's actually super exciting though, because that's a really well beloved game. That's a Tim Schafer game. And he's Tim Schafer's awesome. He created one of my favorite games of all time.
Delilah and I should just be making cricket noises here.
What? Have you never played a Tim Schafer game?
No.
Both of you need to go and buy Psychonauts, because that's a shame that you haven't played that.
Oh.
We most definitely need to go buy Psychonauts.
So good. But
I've played some Psychonauts.
we'll
So then you lied, Delilah. You have played a Tim Schafer game.
I have. I just didn't know
What the
it.
fuck is up with that?
I didn't buy it. I played
How
it
are we
for,
supposed to have a
10
podcast
minutes.
if we can't even trust each other? We can't even be honest with each other.
Oh damn! Bad way to start off the new year, huh?
Yeah, let's make a resolution to always be honest with each other. Also,
Aww.
make a fucking resolution to go play Limbo, both of you, and Psychonauts now at this point. Like, damn.
I can't. This year, my resolution to thank Hajime Tabata for making a solid Final Fantasy game. I know. We said we weren't going to mention Final Fantasy or Overwatch in this podcast.
Said that right before the recording, and then we fucking did it. Go ahead. What are you doing?
I only mention it to say that my resolution in the gaming sphere this year is going to be to devote myself to as many JRPGs as I can. Or RPGs in general, actually.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm actually, and we'll talk about this a little later, I'm going to delve into some more niche series that I haven't really been into in the past, like the Tales series. I think I'm going to jump into this month, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Let's not jump ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, let's continue with this PlayStation Plus lineup. Day of the Tentacle Remastered, that's super exciting. Coming to PS4. It's also on Vita. If you have a Vita and you want to take this game on the go. We're also getting. I feel like I've heard of this. I don't remember a thing about it. This War of Mine, the Little Ones.
It's very popular. Yeah, I don't know what it's about.
Is it really? Yeah, I feel like I've heard of it. I don't know a thing about it. So those are the two PlayStation 4 highlights. PlayStation 4 is also getting two other games too, but they're labeled for the other systems. So you're getting the Swindle for PS3, PS4, and Vita, and also Titan Souls for PS4 and Vita.
See, I would have been excited for this lineup if I didn't already own Titan Souls.
I mean, I'm excited for Day of the Tentacle Remastered, but Titan Souls, I have an opinion about that game, but I don't really want to get into that.
Oh, you have an opinion, Mark, do you?
I have a slight opinion, yeah, but
what is this opinion?
I mean,
would it happen to differ from mine? In which case, it's wrong.
the creator of Titan Souls was kind of an ass to some people on Twitter. So I thought that game looked cool, and then I kind of changed my tone after I saw the creator work.
What do you do?
He was just being an ass.
Mark, you're like fucking. Remember we talked about on the last episode pussyfooting? You're pussyfooting right now.
Jesus Christ. Nah, he was just being an ass on Twitter, and I didn't really like that. And I mean, I played a little bit of the game. It's like, I don't know. It's like Shadow of the Colossus, but top-down indie Shadow of the Colossus, and you only have an arrow. I don't know. It is a little too hard for my liking. A little too frustrating for my liking.
No, me too. That was my opinion as well.
Yeah. But the other two games are
Delaila,
Blaze
did you play
Rush.
it?
Oh,
Nope.
sorry.
Of course you didn't. Let's move on.
Oh my god.
Damn. The other two games, we're getting Blaze Rush for PS3, which I know nothing about, and Azkend 2 for Vita, which I also know nothing about. This is one of those lineups where it really is just a ton of indies that nobody really knows anything about, except Day of the Tentacle Remastered, which is fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's one of those classic lineups that people like to criticize Sony for with the
Right,
PS
and
Plus.
if you look at the comments on the PlayStation blog, it's like pretty tense in there.
Right.
But regardless,
Wait, hold on.
What's up?
Delaila, be
Oh,
honest
God.
with me. Did you really not play Titan Souls?
I really
You're not
did
lying
not
again,
play
are you?
Titan Souls. No, I did not.
Okay.
Remember, we're trying to be more honest in 2017.
I have seen Titan Souls being played, but I have not played it.
Okay.
I believe you. I'll trust you.
Okay.
So that's the lineup,
That is the lineup.
and people aren't happy about it.
Are
know
you
what?
are you guys happy about it?
I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, there's honestly, there's not enough AAA games right now, really, to delve into to put out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of the AAA games at this point that you might see on the store, they're on the PlayStation Plus lineup. They're on the store for like 50% off for holiday sale.
yeah.
So,
Inside's on sale.
wait, how much?
$10
Oh my
if you have
god.
PS Plus. $13 if you don't.
Oh, I might buy that after
Oh
this.
my god. Well, after you get that, get a Limbo and play it.
You know, when I finally caved and played a Journey, I cried like a little girl. So you never know.
Yeah, so you should listen to me and get Limbo, and then you'll cry even more.
But I heard the ending sucks.
Oh, it's really not that bad.
It's
Okay.
about the journey, alright?
Boom.
Ooh, that was a dank pun right there.
Oh!
Bringing it back for the new year. This is gonna be a smelly new year, everybody.
Gross.
Yeah, that did. In theory, that works better in my head than it did when I actually said it.
That was rather rancid.
Yes. That's another New Year's resolution. We gotta find synonyms to dank. Moving on.
Okay.
Our main topic for the show. We're actually, because the gaming sphere is pretty devoid of news right now. Nothing big's going on. Everybody's on fucking vacation, except for me, Mark, and Delaila. Because our lives suck. We just sit here and talk about games for you. So we just thought we'd talk about this upcoming month of January, what it looks like. But you know what? I just thought to myself, we're gonna make this interesting. We're gonna add a twist. So we're gonna go through a couple of the big releases coming out this January. And Mark, Delaila, we're gonna decide. Is it gonna be a bomb? Wait. Yeah, is it bomb or bust? Are those the right terms I'm looking for? Something or bust.
I feel like those would be the. Well,
I feel like those are synonyms.
no, because you say like something is the bomb. It's cool. Like
Yeah, the bomb, not
that
a
shit
bomb.
is the bomb.
Yeah, the bomb or a bust.
Well, I mean, bomb or bust is fine. All right, whatever. We get what you're saying. That's the point.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna decide if the games are gonna be good or bad, or we're gonna predict.
Oh man. All right.
So, the first one on the list, I believe, is Gravity Rush 2. Mark,
yeah. What's
I
up?
feel like you have the most background knowledge here. Now,
Yeah, cause I'm a weeb. Apparently, I'm the only fucking person that plays Japanese games.
Whoa.
I'm kidding.
Hold on.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes.
But no, you are right. You're the only one here who has, at the current moment, played Gravity Rush 1. I have it sitting on my.
And
I have it sitting on my. What is it? They still call it the XMB, the bar.
no,
Sitting there,
it's like
downloaded and
whatever the
installed.
fuck that is. I don't know what they call it. It's not the XMB.
I'm literally looking at it right now.
Dude.
Sitting next to The Last Guardian. I got it on
My
sale
God.
with the God of War 3 remaster. I'm waiting to play. I don't know. I'm waiting until I have time, but I haven't really had time. I've been doing too much in a little game called, Last Fantasy 15.
Last, yeah. All right. I can't think of something clever right now for that. But okay. Yeah. Well, so I have played Gravity Rush extensively because I played that shit on Vita, and I also played the demo for 2. I guess I'm the only person that did that as well, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So the demo felt a lot like Gravity Rush 1, which
Well,
I don't
tell
know
us
if that's
about it,
a...
because Delaila and I don't really know much about it.
So,
I don't
alright,
think.
the premise behind Gravity Rush is you're this chick named Kat who can kind of manipulate her sense of gravity, where she can float and then change where gravity sends her. It's basically a glorified but different way of saying she can fucking fly and walk on buildings because she can, shift her gravity in any direction.
Hence, Gravity Rush.
Yeah. Or in Japan,
get
or in Japan, it's Gravity Days. Fun fact.
Why?
I don't know why they changed it. That makes no sense. It felt a lot like 1. The combat feels the same. I kind of wish the demo almost showed more of anything new that was to come in the sequel, but feeling like Gravity Rush isn't necessarily a bad thing because that game is really, really tight and really, really good.
Is it kind of like Infamous like that, where the traversal is just as fun as, like, say, like the combat?
Yeah.
If not more so?
I would almost say that. It even has like a similar open world structure. There's things to find that will eventually empower you should you get enough of them. If the second one is going to continue what the first one did, there were a bunch of challenges that you could compete in all over the map. And it's got a fairly interesting story. A lot of I don't know, plots and twists.
Is it like a main draw though?
I wouldn't say it's the main draw, but it's
So
interesting.
no.
And I wouldn't say. I mean, it also has a fantastic art. It has fantastic art direction and a really, really
Well,
cool
of course,
aesthetic.
it's pretty much an anime.
Yeah, and it has like these comic book style cutscenes. It's I don't know. It's really cool. I really love Gravity Rush. I'm excited for Gravity Rush 2. If we're gonna play this thing where we decide if it's gonna be a bomb or a bust, I think critically it's gonna be a bomb. I don't know that it's gonna sell very well.
Mark,
So.
just to let you know, it kind of sounded like you said a bum or a bust,
Oh,
and I laughed and said,
no, it's gonna be a bomb as a game. It's gonna be awesome, but I don't know if it's gonna sell. It's very niche, like it's a Japanese game, but yeah, I hope that people like it. I'm probably gonna love it. The demo is fun, and it's free. Support demos. Go download it. Go play it.
yeah, I have to agree with Mark. Never having played the game myself, but seeing the landscape and knowing that the first one was pretty critically well liked, I feel like there's no reason this wouldn't follow up on that. But yeah, just like the first one, I don't see it selling at all.
Right on board, guys. Probably gonna be a great game that not many people get into, including myself, but that's just because of time, not because it's not good.
Wow, way to copy Mark's answer, Delilah.
I can't say anything else. I never played the first one.
Moving on. So, actually, the next 3 games we're going to talk about all come out, I think, on the 24th. Yeah, that's a big drop day, dude. That's gonna be an interesting page of the drop.
It's gonna be a wacky day.
So, first on the list, let's start with the smallest, most niche one, Tales of Berseria, which is already out in Japan. So it's kind of like Persona 5. We're just waiting for an English version for us, people like me who aren't as fancy as Mark and can't speak Japanese.
Dude, I don't have the fucking game. If
You
I
know
got
what?
the game, I wouldn't be able to understand it, man.
You know what, Mark? You don't have to be humble. We understand. We're lesser beings than you.
Okay.
But Tales of Berseria is coming out that day. The Tales series, a very long-standing JRPG series, heavily action-based, action-oriented, I should say, with kind of obtuse mechanics. Is that fair to say, Mark? It's
Yeah.
almost like fighting. It's a weird combination of like a fighting game and a traditional JRPG. Or at least, I mean, the games are kind of like Final Fantasy, where they take place in like these different worlds for the most part, but they all have that combat system. They share that combat sensibility of like this fighting game weird mixture. I don't know. I'm rambling, but basically, English localization of Tales of Berseria, the latest, following Tales of Zestiria, which, Mark, you played, correct?
I have not played. I own it now, though, thanks to my room.
Oh, I thought you said you played it. Honesty, guys, come on.
I am being honest, man. Yeah, I'm being as honest as I can be.
Okay, so Tales of Berseria is coming out. Now, I'm planning on jumping into this one, even though I'm not a huge fan of the Tales series. A little too anime-ish for me in the story department, a little too tropey at times, I've always felt. But I'm going to jump in because it kind of looks interesting. I'm currently seeing, user reviews and like on Reddit pages, people saying it's the most solid Tales game they played in a while since, what was the GameCube one? Mark, help me out here.
Symphonia?
Yeah. That's the one that, like...
That's the one that's, like, most
exactly.
regarded.
So, I'm hearing good things. I want to jump in. I'm actually thinking it's neither going to be a bomb nor a bust. It's going to be a bust. It'll be somewhere in between. It won't be critically hailed, but people will be like, alright, you're cool with Tales of Berseria. Of course, it's going to sell like dog shit, because it's a niche JRPG. I don't know, what do you guys think?
All the hipsters will like it.
Thanks for the input.
Yeah, the hipsters will like it. I mean, it's already out in Japan. It's been well regarded there. It's been well regarded amongst Tales fans. Yeah, it's not gonna sell great, probably. It'll sell great for a niche JRPG. I don't know. I feel like in the wake of recent JRPGs, particularly the one that we've all been playing lately, who will not be mentioned. It's kind of hard to. It's I don't know. I feel like JRPGs have kind of been the game has been upped. I don't know how well that's going to be regarded. Tales, I mean, in the wake of that.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting topic. Maybe we'll discuss it on a later episode. But I agree with you in that sense that like,
and it'll be especially interesting to see how well Persona ups it, considering that's out in Japan as well, and that definitely been received immensely well.
Right.
So, I mean, the game might be competent for Tales fans, but I might have to give this a bust.
Well, Mark, I think you're a little biased, because there's another JRPG. Well, I personally don't think it's fair to call this series a JRPG series, because you literally just hit X all the time.
I mean, it's an action. Okay, that's not true, but okay.
It's very true.
It's not, but go ahead. What game is this we're talking about?
Kingdom Hearts, the 2.8 collection.
Oh.
Mark, tell us. You know what? Don't tell us everything that comes in this, because
it's really
honestly you're gonna give me fucking brain cancer if you go through and try to explain.
I'm not gonna tell you the lore. I'm not gonna tell you the story. But
dude, just trying to explain everything that comes in the fucking game will give me head cancer.
Right. I'm gonna dumb it down as best as I can. So, Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 has the 3DS game Dream Drop Distance in HD for PS4. It has a movie version, or not even a movie version, it's like a brand new movie of telling the story of the browser/mobile game Kingdom Hearts tree, it has like this whole story that's gonna give background to the everything that happened way before Birth by Sleep. And then there's also a new thing, which is Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep 0.2, a fragmentary passage, which is a semi-sequel to Birth by Sleep and supposed to lead right into Kingdom Hearts 3.
So the important thing here is it comes with remasters of 1 and 2.
It comes with what?
Doesn't the 2.8 collection come with both 1 and 2?
No, you're thinking of the other collection, which is 1.5 plus 2.5, which is coming out in April. 2.8,
I have a fucking headache already.
2.8 basically has an HD remaster of the 3DS game, a brand new thing, which is a sequel to another Kingdom Hearts game, and a prequel or prologue to Kingdom Hearts 3, and a movie version of a mobile browser game.
Well, I think my opinion on this game is pretty clear, but I'll let you guys discuss what you think is going to happen with it.
Honestly, like, after what you said right before this, like you're going to be surprised. I think this is going to be a bust.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, no, I know, but like you were saying, like, that I hold the series in high regard, that's sort of true. It's because I've been a long-time fan of the series since I was a kid, but I'm like you, Jason, and you haven't played the rest of the games. 1 is my favorite, and no Kingdom Hearts game has topped 1. It's all been downhill since then. And when it comes to this, like, Dream Drop Distance was okay, but the story was awful. I think that the only, like, the movie thing is gonna be a movie thing. It's just for story. There's nothing really to look forward to there unless you really care about understanding what the fuck is going on, which, you know, you already have to be doing a ton of digging in order to get. But the only new, like, game that we're getting is that Birth by Sleep 0.2, and I have a really bad feeling that it's gonna be severely underwhelming. Like, I have this gut feeling that it's gonna be demo length, and it's just gonna disappoint everybody.
Delaila, do you have an appointment? Do you have an opinion on the Kingdom Hearts series at all?
I do.
You played the first one, right?
I did. I played 1 and 2, and I purchased the 1. I don't remember the numbers. 1.8, 2.8, some
1.5,
shit.
2.5.
Yeah, there you go. This is my biggest issue. First of all, Kingdom Hearts was all over the place when they first released, which is why 1 and 2 stand out. They released a bunch for the DS, the 3DS, whatever. Like, they should have never done that.
Game Boy Advance, I think, had one too.
Game Boy Advance was Chain of Memories.
That's crazy.
DS saw one original game and then a remake of and the PSP had Birth by Sleep.
Like, you
God.
literally had to own every single gaming platform that has existed since the PlayStation 2 to fucking understand what is going on in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. And honestly, and then so I fell into the trap. Like, I had just a PlayStation 3 at the time when I bought the 1.5 and 2.5. I was like, yes, I'm finally going to be able to play all of them without having to buy 1,000 fucking systems. And then that happens, and before I even get to beat those games, here now we have remastered for these other games for the PS4. Like, I kind of wish they would have just taken every single fucking Kingdom Hearts, thrown it on a disc, made it a collection, and that's
that's what's happening. That's what's happening in April. I have to imagine there's going to be some collector's package that's going to have 1.5, 2.5, and 2.8 all at the same time in April when that releases.
Yeah, it's just a little milky. They're like trying to milk it too much. I don't like that.
I mean, that's also Square Enix.
True.
Gotta be completely honest. How many times have they released every other Final Fantasy game? Literally on every platform, and they'll continue to do it until the cows come home. They're kind of doing it with Kingdom Hearts, but it's like it's good that they're doing these remasters. It's good that they've been doing these remasters because, like you said, they put a game on a different system, or they were doing that with every different handheld, and people just assumed, oh, there's no main number in it. Okay, I don't have to play it. And with Kingdom Hearts, that's 100% not true. You want to understand everything that's going on because they kind of make every spin-off game important to understand the full story. And even then, it's hard to understand the full story. It's good that they're putting these things out. It's good that they're, especially with this, with 2.8, it's gonna help understand the story. I just think it's gonna be severely underwhelming.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we're all in unison on that.
And this is coming. I really am a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, sort of begrudgingly, but I am a huge fan of that series. I also feel like I have more of a love-hate relationship with it because of all the things that I basically just said.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So that just leaves us then with a little ditty. Not a huge game, just a small title.
It's like a small indie title, right?
Yeah, called Resident Evil 7.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that other one.
What other one?
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Let's talk about Resident Evil 7.
You played me with my own joke. Good job, Mark.
Welcome.
But Resident Evil 7, yeah. So, I mean,
it's actually the full title is Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Yeah, fuck that.
Part of the name, man.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's like weirdly the first Resident Evil, like main entry Resident Evil to have a subtitle. Oh no, 3 did.
Nemesis.
3 had Nemesis. That's right. So the first one since Nemesis, which was forever ago.
That's actually funny because I remember, when Resident Evil 4 was like first announced and stuff, and when it was about to come out, like at that point in time, Resident Evil to me was Resident Evil Nemesis. Like watching friends play it over at their house.
Yeah.
And it's so funny how fucking different Resident Evil was between 3 and 4. And now we're kind of in the same place. Like,
yeah.
It's interesting because I think everybody here, we've talked about Resident Evil a couple of times in past episodes, the new approach going first person.
Yeah.
Going back to the horror roots, all that stuff,
if you want to double back to like really early SonyCentric, I think within the first 10 episodes we did a retrospective talking about Resident Evil's past, particularly about 4, just because you and I are such big fans of it.
Right.
Actually, I think it was like episode 12 or 13. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know. Really early SonyCentric. You should go back and listen to it if you like Resident Evil. But yeah.
So now we're at the place where we're weeks away from playing 7. The franchise is probably in the worst place it's ever been. I think that's safe to say.
As of 6, and after that, Umbrella Corps, I would say yeah. I gotta say, so we have a friend, a mutual friend that has wanted to play Resident Evil 6 through, and he asked me if we could play through it together. We've been playing through Resident Evil 6 lately. That game is so bad. Like, it is. I'm trying so hard to enjoy it. It is not a good game. We've been trouncing. We got through. For if you don't know, Resident Evil 6 is split into multiple campaigns, and we started with Leon's, and there were some parts I guess were kind of scary, but that game mechanically and the way it's designed is just such a disaster. Jason, you're absolutely right. This series is kind of in the worst place it's ever been, and 7 really needs to pull it out.
Yeah, and if anything, as we saw this past November with The Last Fantasy, this is the season. 'Tis the season for redemption. So do we think that Resident Evil 7 is going to disappoint? I mean, as I was saying before, I think we've all been, at least with the demo that we've seen and with the updates, we've all been pretty impressed, and we're all pretty on board with the new approach. I mean, say something right now if I'm speaking out of line here for you guys.
I hate that game so bad. No, I loved it. I love that demo.
Yeah. Okay,
I feel like Mark, I just derailed everything. Sorry.
But
caught you off guard.
No, but yeah, like, do we think the global audience, do we think as a franchise that Resident Evil 7 is going to resonate in the same way that I don't think Resident Evil 4 necessarily revitalized, because it wasn't. The franchise wasn't really in need of a revitalization, but it certainly it certainly amplified the franchise's power in the gaming sphere, if that makes any sense.
I feel like Resident Evil 4 was just a logical and smart evolution of that series. I don't know that 7's going to be as profound, or even if it's going to resonate with a large audience. As far as survival horror goes, I think it's not going to quite reach the level that PT did, but it's going to get that audience. It's going to get the audience. Especially considering like PT lost its audience because Silent Hills was canceled. This is kind of like our last hope, or our current only hope, I guess. For I get not just the series but the genre. I feel like other survival horror games like it. A lot of people are probably going to disagree with me on this, but I did not like Outlast. I had a lot of issues with Outlast, and that's the last big survival horror title I can think of that remotely like this.
I don't know why people compare Outlast. Like, I get it's survival horror, but Outlast is it's like in its own little corner of survival horror.
Just because it's first person survival horror. And that's become quite a big that became quite a big thing a couple of years ago. Like Outlast did it. There was a game called Daylight.
Yes.
That came out. There were a couple others, I think, that were first person survival horror. And like for Resident Evil, which is traditionally been a series that it hasn't been first person, for it to switch to that. Not to mention also consider PT Silent Hills was going to also do that. Like that just seems to be where this is pushing. That's why I make the comparison, because it seems like survival horror has been pushing in that direction primarily, and for a big franchise like this to do it's I don't know, it's a deal.
Yeah, no, and it does mean a lot for the genre. And you know what? I think with the demo, at least, they were very successful with it. Again, like I said, we all enjoy the demo.
Yeah.
I guess my
couple episodes back, go listen to it if you want to hear our thoughts.
Yeah. I guess my bigger concern is, will Capcom be able to replicate the same amount of care and detail that they put into that demo on the scale of a full game? You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I think so.
Because even Resident Evil 4, as great as that game was, and it's one of the fucking greatest games of all time. It's one of my top 5, top 3.
Same.
Even that game, I would not put, like, the final chapters of that game when you're on the island, I would not put those design-wise on the same level as, like, those early chapters where you're in, like, the village. You know what I'm saying?
No. Yeah, once you give zombies machine guns, I'm kind of like a... Or even bow guns. Like, they're zombies, man. But then again, the enemies in 4 weren't really zombies. We don't have to get into that debate.
Las Plagas, man.
They were plagued.
They were farmers with pitchforks. Yeah. Delaila, what do you think?
Well, it's definitely gonna be the bomb. Definitely gonna be. You know what? You mentioned Outlast. I have to mention it, but I think Outlast is gonna be way better than Outlast 1. Just to throw that out there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think
Outlast 2 is coming.
Outlast 2, according to the demo, had a lot more similarities to Resident Evil, this Resident Evil demo, than comparing like Outlast 1 to this Resident Evil demo. Does that make sense? Like, because I feel like Outlast 2 had a completely different vibe than Outlast 1, even though it's the same sort of premise. But anyway, getting back to Resident Evil, yeah, I think that game is going to be short if you want it to be, but I think you're going to be able to go back to it and play in a bunch of different ways, and we talked about this when we talked about our impressions on the final demo, and I just pre-ordered it today on Best Buy, and I'm very much so looking forward to it.
Cool.
I think I agree. I think looking at the demo, like even the demo had multiple endings. There were multiple ways you could finish that demo, and that immediately harkens back to like Resident Evil 1. You could end that game so many different ways. There were plenty of things to discover in that demo, and it really is it's an evolution. It changes a lot of things, but it also goes back to the very old first same formula that series used to have. I think that's definitely going to be a bomb as well. I think it's gonna. I don't know about sales, just because I never know about sales, especially when it comes to more niche genres in the West. But I think overall fans are going to be very pleased. Fans of the genre, fans of the series. I think it's going to be an awesome game.
I think personally for me it's going to be awesome. However, generally speaking, I think it's going to be divisive. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So, I agree with you, Mark. It is an evolution in a sense. Basically boiling down everything that works about Resident Evil as a franchise, putting it in first person, and embracing some of the more visceral aspects of modern day survival horror. Does that sound like a fair description?
Yeah.
But therein lies the problem. I don't think modern audiences are going to... I should say, I don't think a large swath of modern audiences, casual audiences to be specific, are going to jive well with what Resident Evil used to be, which was pretty much a puzzle game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, one of the reasons I think that Resident Evil 4 resonated so widely was because at the end of the day, they basically took the survival horror formula and injected a bunch of action into it.
Right.
Granted, it was well implemented and designed action that maintained tension. So it wasn't, on the scale of Resident Evil 6, where it was a full-flung,
Michael Bay
shoot
movie.
'em up. Yeah, exactly. But I think going back to basics carries its risks. And who knows? I might be completely wrong, but I don't think modern day gamers, and when I say that, I'm talking casual market here. I don't know how much they'll embrace that old school design philosophy, if you know what I'm saying.
No, I get what you're saying. I agree that it very well might be divisive. For people that do care about that genre, of maybe a resurgence of that kind of game. I mean, let's not forget we had quite a few many puzzle games that came out this year that have like sort of that old school puzzling aspect that were really well loved and decently well, I guess, for what they were. I don't know. I'm hoping that it resonates somewhat with modern audiences. I'm not anticipating a wide audience on this, though. I'm just thinking that I'm just pretty much saying, people that wanted what PT was going to become are not going to be disappointed by what this is.
Again, Mark, like I said, for me, it's going to be awesome. People like me, it's going to be awesome. This is coming from somebody who absolutely adored Alien Isolation.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's another good first-person survival horror game. I totally forgot about Alien
That's
Isolation.
Probably, I would say, the best first-person survival horror game.
Oh damn. Well, I guess Resident Evil 7 has a lot to live up to. For
yes, it does.
Jason's heart.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Nothing beats playing as Ripley's daughter.
I mean, I don't think Resident Evil 7 is gonna get the Call of Duty audience, but I don't think it really has to.
I think the only thing saving it, in terms of casual audience, would be the PlayStation VR. I feel like that might make casual gamers come in and play Resident Evil 7.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, we don't really mention that enough, but that is gonna be a VR game, and that's gonna. If I ever get a PSVR, I'm never playing that game in VR.
Legit, Resident Evil could save the VR, and the VR could save Resident Evil if they would just put that shit back on the shelves.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, folks, if you didn't already guess, after 40 minutes of talking about it, this is SonyCentric. where we talk all PlayStation all the time. We want to know what you think.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to any of the games that we just talked about in this January lineup? Do you hate them all? Do you love them all? Please let us know, and do so civilly in the comment section below. If you like this video, please hit that like button to help us out, and hit subscribe if you want more content. And you can head over to the Outerhaven's channel, check out other content, like the newly rebooted Experience Xbox podcast. They stole our fucking tagline, by the way. Hey man, it's all Microsoft all the time. They stole that shit.
So bitter towards our
Saul,
brethren.
I hope they never listen to us, because we're just gonna spit shots.
We're throwing mad shade right now.
Yeah, we're throwing mad shade.
Podcast.
if you guys are listening, we're just kidding though. Mad love.
We are.
Once again, folks, I'm your host Jason Kwasnicki. I was joined by Mark and Delaila at Assassina-san. Peace out, internet.
Bye.